Welcome to episode 12 of the Organized Frenzy podcast about knitting. I am Natasha and I live in Welland, Ontario, Canada with my boyfriend Jesse, our roommate Fred, and our 3 cats. And you can find me on Instagram as Organized Frenzy, on Ravelry as Natasha Hillier, and I also have a Ravelry group called Organized Frenzy Podcast, and that is where I post my show notes for each episode. And I think I said this last time, but I actually think I am getting close, very close to the end of this pink color for my blanket. I really should work on it more. I do enjoy it. It's very mindless. I don't really have to look while I'm knitting. Gauge isn't super important, but it's been quite even. If you look at the edge of my blanket, it's pretty straight. So there's some different weights in here, but no crazy gauge or anything like that. And then this is the other end. It's pretty straight too, so I love this blanket. I think this pink is my biggest strip so far. I was thinking about putting a border on it, like a black or a gray or a white or something like that, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. It's a lot of stitches to pick up, 1, 2, I don't know what the 2 is. It's a lot of stitches to pick up. I don't know if it needs it though, a border, so we'll have to see what I want to do when it comes time. I have a tea here. It is David's Tea Forever Nuts. And I've had this one before and I didn't know if I would like it until I had it, and I did really enjoy it. It's not very nutty. Well, it is, I think. It's been a while since I've had it. It is nutty, but I don't know what makes it red. There's something else in there that makes it red or pinkish or whatever. I have another cold. I just had one a month ago and I never fully got over it, I don't think. I had a bit of a cough for like the past month since I had my cold, and started getting a sore throat and stuffy nose and stuff. So finally, it was only for a couple days, finally got some medicine last night, took a nighttime pill, was able to sleep quite well, so thank goodness. But no, it was just brutal being sick, so I apologize if I sound kind of funny. What else happened this week? I didn't end up going to the outlet mall shopping with my best friend because her car broke down. It's a pretty old car and she has lots of problems with it, but she had to get something repaired and she couldn't do it until Tuesday, because it was Sunday and then holiday. So oh well. I ended up doing a lot of cleaning that day, which felt really good because I hadn't done like a nice good clean in a while. There's still things to do, of course, it's never ending, but at least I got a bunch done, so that felt really good. Yeah. I don't have any finished objects, so I'll show you the 3 things that I've been working on this week. They're all things that I talked about last time, but they're all different weights too, which feels kind of weird when you're switching between projects, because then you almost have to like hold your yarn differently for different weights. First one's my What the Fade. So let's see where I was last time. Right there. So it doesn't look like a lot. Maybe it's not a lot. I don't know. But I'm getting close to the end, so I'm very excited about it. About that. It's mostly garter, so it's pretty boring. But it's quick because it's garter, so I have really been enjoying working on this. This is some of my favorite TV knitting. And I want to have this done soon. So that's kind of why I'm really focusing on it. I just started the fade between colors B and A. Sorry, between C and B. So I'll do the fade, and then it's a solid section of B, and then fade between B and A, and then a solid section of A. So I have 4 more sections left before I'm done. The rows are long and they keep getting longer, but it's been it's been enjoyable to work on that. And yeah, I feel kind of tired right now. I went to bed about 11:30. I took a nighttime pill, so it knocks you right out, but it took a little bit to kick in, and so I don't know. So yeah, I took it probably like 10:45 or 11, and then maybe 11:30 is when I fully fell asleep. Woke up at around 8 because Jesse went to work, and then I woke up here like every hour until about 11:30 when I got out of bed, or when I actually was awake. But now I'm feeling tired again. I was planning on doing things today. But if I feel like this, maybe I won't. Anyway, another thing is my Hermione's Everyday Socks. I don't have a lot done. I don't even remember where I was last time. I think had I started the toe on one? Oh, I don't even think I had started these last time. I wound up the I wound up the yarn, and I said I wasn't going to be bringing it with me, but I did, and that's what I knit. Oh, funny how those things change. So I did the toes, and I started the pattern, and it's a free pattern. Whoops, I wonder if you can see. It's very subtle. But I just like to have a bit of texture on my socks to keep the interest there. The vanilla socks I found to be quite boring. I did like it. But I mean, garter's nice, but I already have a garter project, so I don't want to. All my 3 works in progress are slightly different, so it keeps a bit of the interest there. I got a couple new pins. I went to the mall and I went to Roots, and I saw that they had some enamel pins. So I got this one, a little maple syrup bottle. This is from Roots as well. And then Poutine. that funny? They were only like $5 each. So I figured I would get them. Oh, something else I wanted to talk about. So I did receive my second pair. So now I have 2 of the 24-inch circulars. I received the second pair. They put a little note saying like, so sorry again for the mistake, which was really nice. So with the knitting needles, they have the bend right there, and I haven't found it to be an issue because the join is so smooth. It just slides right in, and it's really comfortable to knit with. The cord sticks out like normal, and then you just knit. Oh, I'm getting tangled in here. So this is the ChiaoGoo regular knitting needles. I don't know why I'm knitting this. I don't want to. But yeah. No issues with the join there. Okay, so they are stainless steel though, and the Addies that I have are nickel plated, which is a bit smoother, slicker than stainless steel. So that's what I prefer about the Addies. But I love this ChiaoGoo cord. Love, love, love it. And I love the join. I find with my Addies, the join is not as smooth as it could be. I don't know why. But I'm going to use those needles for those socks. And those will probably be my secondary sock needles. The other needles I want to try are the Knit Picks. Nickel plated needles, because they're cheap and it's the material that I like for the needle, so I really want to try those. And I think I forgot to mention last time, I also have a pair of the 40-inch or 100-centimeter ChiaoGoo's lace. So there's no bend at the end of the knitting needle. It's just straight. And the lace tips are pointier than the regular ChiaoGoo's. So I'm gonna, I think, bring 2 pairs of socks with me to Dominican. One might be these Hermione's Everyday Socks because I haven't worked on them too much. But the second pair I think will be on those ChiaoGoo needles to see how those work. But yeah, so those knitting needles I like, but not my favorite. I wish I could combine the Addie needle with the ChiaoGoo cord and join. I would have a perfect knitting needle. So we will see how that goes. And my last work in progress is my beach cover-up. So I did make some progress here. I'm not going to take it off the needle cozy. So there's already 2 mistakes in here that I'm not going to bother fixing. This is the top. Sorry, I should hold it up like this, maybe. This is going to be a bit hard. So that's the top. It'll sit here. You join it there and there. So the 2 mistakes are having to do with these 2 drop stitch sections. So the first one, I had misread the instructions, and it says to knit 1 and then knit all the other stitches until you get to the last stitch with 3 reps. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, and I did knit 1, wrap 3, knit 1, wrap 3. Duh, that's gonna be like wrapping 2 on each one because it's all gonna even out. So that's what did for this first drop stitch section. Second section, I was like, oh, okay, well, that was a mistake I made. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Wrapped 3, and that was fine. So that's a nice drop stitch section. But then I was like, something feels weird here. It's not very structured, and I thought I saw something about garter rows between each lace section. Yep, there are, and I forgot to do it. So it's 2 garter bumps, or 4 rows of knit between each lace section. So that was a decent amount of time knitting. I'm not going to rip it back. It's not a huge deal. That's going to be right here anyway. It doesn't need to have a ton of structure there. More so the body, so that it's not like flopping all around. But I'm going to keep better track, because I said I was going to be using this. I wrote already on it as I had done it. Little stars so I could make note of what I did. But I'm going to have to use that. Which I had planned on doing, but then I didn't use it for whatever reason when I was knitting, so I kind of messed it up a bit. But oh well. Now I know for the future it's not going to be messed up now since I did that. So yeah, so that's kind of, I've been working on that. I'm gonna keep notes in my project page on Ravelry, so I know exactly what order I'm doing all the lace sections in. And on my project page I'm calling it Dominican Boxy Lace Top, even though it's Cancun Boxy Lace Top. So hopefully I'm bringing it to Dominican next month, but I don't know if it'll be done. I really want to get my What the Fade done, so that's kind of like my main project right now. The other 2 are secondary. I don't know. I just don't want to leave my What the Fade again and then just never finish it. I know I'll finish it, but this way, where it's my main project, I'm actually getting a lot done quite quickly, so I want to keep that up. Yeah, so that's my whips. That's the 3 things I've been working on this week, and it's kind of odd to go between the different gauges. Like 2 of them are fingering weight, but I'm using different needle sizes. So for the socks it's 2.25 millimeter. For my What the Fade it's 3.5 millimeter. So it's almost like you have to adjust how you're holding the yarn to accommodate the different needle size and the project and stuff. My garter tension has been quite even on the What the Fade, even though I had put it down for a bit, thank goodness. So that's been quite even. The socks, I'm not going to change needles so that I don't mess up the tension and the gauge there, but I don't think I will because I've knit so many socks and I know how I hold my yarn for sock knitting. But my beach cover up, it's a little bit odd to hold it, especially when you're knitting those drop stitches. So I think that's the section I'm doing the fewest of because it's the loosest one and the least structured, but that's okay. Yeah, so those are my 3 whips. On Sunday, I went to Spun Fiber Arts in Oakville / Burlington. I think it's like right on the border, but I think the address is Oakville. Anyway, I know I said I'm not going to buy yarn too much this year, or at least for the beginning, but they had a kit there that I really wanted, and it's for these, it's called cabin socks. I don't know if this is a free pattern. I'll have to double check, but the kit comes with 100 grams of the gray, I think 50 grams of the white, and then like 20 grams of this like pinkish mauvish color. And it's a single ply, and you knit it using a 2.75 millimeter needle, which I do have. Oh, sorry. 100 grams of the gray, 35 grams of the white, and then 10 grams of the, it's called a rosewood, the pinkish mauvish color. It's Briggs and Little Durasport. I guess it's a sport weight and not fingering. Interesting. But the wool is very rustic feeling. It's 80% wool, 20% nylon. But it's very rustic and cozy feeling, so those will be nice for being cozy in the winter. It says traditional cabin socks are the perfect accessory on a chilly winter day, which is the plan. It's probably be like my house socks because it'll be a bit thicker. And then while I was there, I was looking at the other kits that they had, and I saw this one, and I knew about it from their Instagram. Actually, the owner of the shop, she designed this, Danielle, I think it is. Danielle Como. I hate pronouncing names wrong, I do it all the time. But it's called Moffat Hat. You can wear the brim folded or not if you want it floppy or more fitted. So I've got some yarn for this as a kit. I didn't get that exact kit. Maybe you can see right there. It's a white pom-pom, a white fur pom-pom, and like a pinkish yarn. I won't show you those until I'm actually knitting with it. But then I also went to the yarn shop on Thursday. Bought 2 skeins of yarn, but they're not for me, so maybe it doesn't count. One is for socks for Jessie, and the other is socks for my grandma. She wants really tall socks, so I'm just gonna keep knitting and knitting until the ball is almost done. Well, that's my plan there. I don't really have a lot else to say. I'll tell you what I've been watching, but I'm sure you can already guess. Boy Meets World. And I've been listening to the audiobook for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is the 7th book. March 2nd is when Jane the Virgin comes back, so that's next Friday. And then March 8th. Is that right? Yes. For Riverdale, so the Thursday after that. So seems like I've been waiting for a while, and I still have to wait for a while to watch my shows again, but I've just been doing the other 2. I think, did we watch a movie? I can't remember now. I don't know. I've been watching some podcasts, though I can't think of whose now. But also I watched the Grocery Girls on Craftsy, the Off Our Needles, season 3. I've been keeping up with that. It's just short little clips, so I watched like 10 in one day once, just before bed. But I enjoy those. I think those are fun. And that's about it. I'm working 6 days next week. Am I gonna leave marks on my face again? I'm working 6 days next week because the week after is when I'm leaving for my trip, so I'm working only 4 days. I'm taking the Friday off. My trip is Friday to Friday. So I am very excited about that. I've been thinking about what projects I want to bring, and I don't want to bring anything too big. So socks comes to mind. I was thinking to maybe start a shawl because it'll be smaller, but that's a bit of a bigger project, and I want to, one, finish my What the Fade, two, finish my Stars Align shawl before I start another shawl. So I don't think I'm going to bring a shawl actually, but I might bring a hat. So I might bring that Moffat hat, or I might bring my sock head hat with the yarn that matches my Comfort Fade Cardi. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. I might do some gift knitting while I'm there. Socks for Fred or socks for my grandma or something like that. But yeah, we'll see where I'm at with my projects. I don't want to just start a whole bunch of new projects. I kind of want to be able to finish things while I'm there, but also work on things. So we'll see how that goes. I did my nails in like that grayish color, and I already got a chip on one, which I'm mad about, but I can't be bothered to fix it, to take out the whole light and everything and like take off the polish just so I can redo it, because I'm gonna redo my nails before I go away anyway, so can't be bothered. And I forgot to show you my ring last time that I have been lusting over for a long time. Wow, let's just turn that off. So this is by Jennifer excuse me, Jennifer Wood Jewelry. She is on Etsy and she's from BC. So she makes jewelry. I have another ring of hers that I normally wear on my middle finger on my left hand, and I love silver jewelry. That's all I wear, and I just love it. I just think it looks so neat. I wanted it for so long and I finally bought it, so it came really quickly, which I was very happy about. And yeah, I think it just looks so neat. Like, it's big, but it's not, I don't know, how do you model your hands? I used to take pictures of my friends' nails when I would do them, because I had an account for my nails Instagram, or I would get them to pose like this with their nails. Anyway, so that's my new ring that I've been loving and wearing every single day. And yeah, I'm gonna do some chores after this. Well, there's always so much laundry to do. Wish the laundry machine was in my bedroom. Do you know how much easier life would be? Instead of going all the way to the basement, all the way up. I really get a workout when I do that. But Jesse's taking me out for sushi for dinner, and we're trying a new place, so we'll see how it is. It's always a bit, I mean, there's a lot of variation in sushi, so I don't eat a lot of the raw stuff, but between the rolls and the side dishes and stuff like that, I found a lot of variation between all the different places that I've been to, so it's always a bit of a risk trying a new place, but my water bottle needs to be washed, sorry. But yeah, so that's what we're doing tonight, and then tomorrow meeting up with my friend again to go to the Black Sheep Lounge where Jesse works, and we will have probably some lunch, maybe breakfast if we get there soon enough. But that's what I've got coming up, and those are my whips. I feel like it was a bit boring today, so I apologize, but yeah. Hopefully I've got some good progress next time to show you, and maybe I will have figured out by then what I'm bringing on my trip. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.